What is going on, dudes? It is Kolosalus here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Today we are taking a look at another specialist. Today we are taking a look at one of my favorites in the entire specialist class, entire game, Abathur. I do have a master skin. He's one of my 4 characters who I have mastered. And I have mastered. No, and basically what we're going to do today, we're going to play some Abathur. He went over some changes, but that was way back in the alpha. His ultimate evolution talent, not talent, but ultimate evolution heroic has been changed. Like you used to be, like what it does basically copies a hero, which you other hero which you target, and basically you used to be able to also use, like you're basically able to use abilities for, it's only for a few seconds, but still you're able to use this character's abilities, and you also used to be able to use the character's heroic, which is quite nice. But they changed that. That was way too powerful. It was like having Abathur in the lane, and also having an evolve, also having this evolution in the fight, dealing massive damage with him with an ultimate that he copied. So that was way too powerful, and they scaled that back. They removed the heroic, and plus they also removed some of his healing capabilities. They didn't remove them completely, but they scaled them back because they were just way too good, and he was outclassing some of the supports in the game. But I'm gonna talk about all that when we play the game, and him and the Vikings are the best at soaking XP. And today I really want to explain how this is done and on what maps it is done best. So without further ado and talking, let's just get into Abathur, shall we?
Logical decision.
Alright, boys and girls, we find ourselves on the Garden Terror map. Not the best map, don't get me wrong, for Abathur, but pretty good still. Friends, don't mind me, I'll be just sluggin. Shit.
The gates shall open in 10
There we go. On level 1, we are going to pick up, on this map,
4.
we're gonna go for survival instinct. I'm gonna go for my favorite build, I think, with this build, with this in this game. I do not tend to go for the mine build. I tend to go for the sieging build, and I think that's what I'm gonna do today as well, because this is a huge map. Anyway, our trait, it is called Locust Train, as you saw there. It just soaked some shots from the tower itself. And what it does, it basically summons this locust that will last for so many seconds, and on level 1 I extended the duration of it. It is going to deal some quite significant damage, and it's going to be that one additional minion, when it comes to just laning phase. I'm not sure why he left this lane. I guess I'm just gonna soak it with my symbiote. So Leoric will be a good counter to us in the lane. There's Stitches and Rhaegar die at the top, so I'm not sure what the hell is going on right there. So on our Q ability we have Symbiote. Symbiote will allow us to jump onto a target like that and use a set of abilities. We have our E ability, which gives a shield to this guy, and will shield, and it will last for 8 seconds. So it's quite a significant amount of time. Actually, Stitches, if he wants to pursue this kill, we can go for that kill, but looks like he doesn't want to do that. On our Q, while in this symbiote, we have the stab, which is just going to deal some damage in a skill shot. We also have this spike burst. This is going to deal 115 damage at this level in an area. So I'm waiting for Stitches to come into an area where I can actually use this shit. I'm just gonna use it now. So that's it right there. And we also have our E ability, which I didn't actually say. So it's E ability that gives us shields. Lunara being in a very bad spot, she's going to be taken out by Zeratul and Tyrande, the Whisper Wanderer. And now we should be able to just take out the enemy Tyrande, which is good. I'm gonna jump out and I'm going to grab the bottom lane actually here. I'm gonna use my Z ability, which is called Burrow, where I can just burrow underground. I don't have, you know, I don't have a mount per se, but I have an ability like, for example, Brightwing does. I'm just gonna start posting these mines, which is my W ability. So I expect my Q ability to be symbiote, and my W is basically this mine, which will deal some damage and will last for so many seconds if somebody walks over it. So basically, I put it now, and this timer goes down, and once it goes down to 0, it turns into this mine, and which is invisible to an enemy, and basically it will deal damage. It will deal damage when they walk over it, which is quite awesome. We need somebody top. Zagara just took the fort for herself, which is quite bad. I'm actually gonna go. I'm not gonna go top. I'm gonna go middle again because Sylvanas is in the bottom lane, so I don't have to be there. I don't have to support that lane because she'll be able to do that quite nicely. On this level range, we are going to go foul. Adrenal overload. We're gonna go for that. Ilden, seriously? So what this is going to do, basically my Carapace target is going to have increased attack speed by 25%, which is quite significant. Of course, none of our guys you know, will actually be you know, benefiting from that too much. I can actually jump onto Lunara. She will have a nice attack speed right now, and she'll be able to take out the enemy zigzag here, no problem with my help, you know, from my stabs. And yeah, so that's what Slug is all about. He's going to stay in lane. He's going to stay in one lane, you know, produce these, you know, these minions which will soak shots and help out, you know, the minions in lane, you know, to push that lane. You can see how this lane is pushed, you know, is pushing in with already 2 of my locusts, especially with the level 1 talent that I picked up. I'm gonna let them know that I need some help up here, boys. On the later level range, we are going to pick up like I think like a range attack, which is going to be quite significant to our locust as well. Which is going to be quite awesome. And as a side note, Abathur is the lowest win rate character when it comes when it actually comes to, you know, the slug. Oh, they're greedy. They're gonna go for the slug. Nope! Dodging that like a pro, boys! I'm gonna go into Lunara here. She's not supposed to be back in that. I'm gonna go to the bottom lane right here to just focus that. We are 3 levels down already, which is not that good, even though I was soaking the soaking XP. Looks like someone is the best in the soaking XP, but I'm gonna try to make up for that. I'm not sure why we are already 3 levels down. Gonna use my abilities here. Looks like our friendly team is just dying for no reason here. They're fighting over that fort, which was already dead. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna go for Needle Spine this level, and just gonna increase the damage we do with our Q stab when we are in symbiote mode. We'll be just able to clean these guys much faster. Try to take out this sword. There we go, and now I can actually try to focus this Ilden here, who will be taking damage from the whole enemy minion wave, and then will also be oh, okay, if they go for this fort, we're gonna need some help up here, because it looks like Tyrande and Ilden want to move in for that fort. I'm gonna actually, oh, there's a Zeratil here. I'm gonna die. Ilden dives into the fort. I made the call for, you know, for danger, but looks like the friendly team does not want to respond. That's no big deal. Not a big deal at all. This is just sad to watch, what I'm seeing right here. This is just really sad to watch. Right, so the best way to play Abathur, so for example, what I can do is I can actually spawn on these guys. So what I'm doing is, I'm getting here, getting into this bush. This is gonna soak XP with my body from these guys, and I'll also, for example, be able to support, for example, this lane right there. So this is gonna soak XP in the top and in the middle. So you can see how you can be a beast in the soaking XP. This, what's her name? Zagara is doing a great job of. I'm gonna go bottom right here. actually, in a second. I have to wait for my burrow. Just a 30-second cooldown. I'm gonna go bottom because it looks like there's nobody here, so I'm just gonna come into here. I'm gonna let them know that Zagara is right there. She's actually doing a camp, I think. So I'm gonna try to push this guy in.
The terror awaits.
We have a terror ready. I'm not sure if anybody's going to take it. I know should not be the one taking it.
But don't get too comfortable.
I tried to go in there and give him a shield, of course, but that wasn't the case. I'm gonna come in here, try to give her a shield, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to actually secure her escape from Illidan. I'm gonna try to put these. Of course, I have a range on these. I didn't pick up a talent, which makes it a range. I'm actually gonna go back because nobody wants to take that, so I'm just gonna take that.
What else could you possibly be doing? Awaken my terror.
There you go. Samas actually gets into it, so she actually made a misplay there. I was the one supposed to take it because I can't actually do too much damage. I'm gonna go for Evolve Monstrosity, I think, on this level range, even though I don't think it's gonna matter. I'm gonna just make it here. What it is, basically this guy, when I press R again, I can basically, I can auto symbiote that shit. And this is going to deal some significant damage to the enemy structures. And it's just going to push in lanes, even without my my like following that guy. So I'm gonna come in here and try to deal damage to this terror to defend against it. This Tyrande is like very out of position. Like our team just gets into her stun with like because nobody did it. A very nice pull is gonna actually secure a kill on this Tyrande, which is good. So I'm here. I didn't actually make it in time. We almost take the fort down. This does has a 90-second cooldown, so it's quite nice, quite a significant cooldown. I'm gonna come in here and try to push this lane back. I'm gonna burrow in here as well to just soak the XP. Oh shit!
Survival imperative.
It's actually better to do this. There we go. Now, but actually now Zagara knows where I am, which is quite bad. She did go for that weird talent though. That weird, what's it called? It's like some network. I'm not sure. But I'm just trying to soak XP, trying to catch us back, trying to get us to level 13. I'm gonna come onto Rhaegar here, I think. I'm gonna go for Bombard Strain. This is gonna add a range attack, which is gonna deal some massive damage, and that's going to come into play later in the game where we pick up. I think on level 16 is going to be where we pick up this. I'm actually gonna come onto Stitches. Very nice pull is gonna actually, if the friendly, what's his name? Okay, I didn't see that. I wasn't looking at my map. Looks like Zeratul, the enemy Zeratul is actually hunting me, so I do have to be careful of that. One really bad thing that I do when I record is I don't pay attention to my body when playing Abathur. to my actual body. I was actually positioning quite aggressively here. I was positioning in the bush. Instead of, I could have just positioned right here, and he would have been able to do anything. He would have to take a lot of damage from the fort itself before he could take me out. But I was positioning quite aggressively, and I'm gonna continue to do that. Actually, I'm gonna actually spawn the monstrosity here, jump onto it, and while the friendly team is actually doing the objective, I am going to just push in with this lane. I'm probably gonna just like Z in here to soak this, to soak this XP.
Destination confirmed.
And from these guys, and say our friendly team is dying. Good. I'm gonna go onto my... That's super awesome, boys. Super awesome. So I'm gonna walk in the middle of this to just block all the damage. Of course, I do have a very hefty health bar. One very important thing to notice as well is that when you kill a minion, your monstrosity gets stronger. It gets bonus health and bonus damage. I'm gonna actually take out this creep. Actually, we have to start dealing with that shit immediately. That's what gives Zeratul also vision of us. So now I'm just constantly looking at where my body is and if there's something next to it. I'm just trying to take out this creep. I think this creep is somewhere in here. Oh, hi. It's very important to do that as well. To take out that, you know, that network, whatever it's called. And now we're gonna come in here and just try to just take out this fort. I'm gonna actually leave this, and I'm gonna jump onto our Lunara, who was unable to kill the enemy zigzag here. A very, very bad trade from her. I did kill that fort, which is awesome. Of course, this is not going to bring us too much into the game. I'm actually going to come into this fight right here because it looks like Leoric is out of position. It looks like he's actually going to try to defend against my monstrosity. So I'm going to move up here and try to run away. Of course, the enemy team knows where I am. Like this icon right there shows to them constantly. So I'm actually going to try to come here and kill that tower. I'm gonna take as much of the time as I possibly can. And on this range, we are gonna go for Locust Brood. This is going to spawn a group of locusts. So I'm gonna come in here, +1, and I'm gonna piece the fuck out. I'm gonna piece the fuck out to the Hearthstone, and we'll basically try to move to my position. Like, I don't know, maybe like move there or something before another Locust Brood is ready. Here I'm gonna actually jump onto this tower right here and just try to deal my damage. It is also important to know that you are also able to jump onto structures as well. It is so important to know that as well. I'm gonna come in here, go and get into the Hearthstone so nobody can kill me, and just give some more shields to our core so it cannot get damaged too much. Of course, we did pick up that extension of our locusts at level 1, so that's gonna give our brood some more life. I'm actually gonna come in here. I'm gonna Z here and spawn these locusts, and I'm gonna back the fuck away because you know I'm doing this right here because the enemy team is is super like obligated right there. So and I'm actually attacking our core right now. So I'm gonna get into this bush and try to of course the shield is not gonna be like big enough to secure the living of this core, but is going to definitely give it some more health to play with. I'm gonna jump away, and I'm actually gonna spawn this guy, and now I should be moving. So I'll be moving. I actually don't have anywhere to move. Actually, this lane is the one most pushing. So I'll just keep it pushing for now. I have another Locust Brood, so I can spawn these guys. And now I should be getting the fuck out. There we go. That was close because what's his name? Zeratul was getting on my back, and now Leoric was also closing up on me. I'm gonna jump onto here and give it some more shields. If he's not careful, he's actually gonna die. But okay, he's not gonna die. We need to take out this entire tower, and so you can see how we are just an amazing split pusher. And I think even though this might be a loss, we might not be able to come back from this loss. I'm gonna let the team know that Zagara is here. We might not be able to come back from this loss. We still might be able to somehow save this. Looks like our Lunara here, getting very low, and she's actually getting killed by the enemy owl. I am going to jump up here, spawn these guys, and now back away to the bush. The enemy team is closing me. I think I saw Tyrande just walking somewhere up here. Yeah, she knows where I am. Yep, and now she's gonna give vision to the enemy Illidan, who will be able to kill me. So it is just you have to know when to go in. I think I was right to go in there, and I should have just half not really moved and hoped that she didn't interrupt me in time. Right. So I think I explained everything quite nicely. There are actually 3 builds that are circulating, you can say, for Abathur. There's one which is Mind build, where you go for almost all mind talents. There's this build which is kind of like a split push. So you sit in one lane, you spawn your locust with your body somewhere, for example in this one, and you for example make your monstrosity. For example, for a second you come into this lane, you spawn your 3 locusts, your Locust Brood, and then you go B to the Hearthstone, and you go to, like, for example, this lane to soak XP in this one, and then you can also support You can support your locusts in in a different lane while also soaking XP with your body somewhere else. It is just an awesome ability, awesome ability. I'm gonna come in here. Not really, not gonna use my Z. I'm gonna defend here. And also defend this lane because those are the two lanes where we have catapults, and those and actually I'm just gonna stay here. We are actually pushed very far back. On level 20 we're gonna go for Locust Nest. What this is going to do is going to basically place like a nest. I place a nest which will spawn locusts. I'm gonna actually go back to Harvest from here to just be safe. It's gonna place this, and this is going to be to act just like my body. It's going to actually, I think it's gonna be destroyed. Yeah, it's gonna be destroyed. But what this is going to do, I'm actually gonna take that. Let's have some fun in this episode, shall we? So it's gonna act just like my body, and it's going to spawn locusts, basically up until the end of the earth, up until I place another one, or somebody kills it. Looks like we need to defend this. I'm gonna actually let the team know. I should not be defending. I should just go and push. My monstrosity is pushing the top, so I'm gonna go this lane. But this is gonna be just a good game, boys. Definitely this is gonna be a good game. I'm gonna be placing this here. And actually our team is not doing too bad. Come into this range, and now our core is actually getting killed. And this is gonna be a good game, but at the end we are able to secure a most siege damage, most XP contribution by far, by just using the techniques that I showed you here in this video. Hopefully this game was quite educational for you guys who want to play Abathur. With this build. Of course I'm gonna make more videos. I want to make videos about the mind build, about the good old healing build, where on level 1 you would like so let's see again. Yeah, we were actually Turanda was actually very good in siege damage. I think she picked up the garden terror, whatever it's called, like a lot, because I think she was the only one who was in it, because there's no way she could have done that on herself by herself. And yeah, I was expecting a little bit more hero damage, but of course I was focusing on lanes, not really focusing on jumping onto my allies, which might have been another issue why we also lost. And I'm aware of that. I'm well aware that I might be the reason why we lost. But of course I also know that I was the only one pushing, the actual like not terrors but forts and keeps and stuff like that. So I'm pretty certain that I've done all that I could and jumped onto every single gun the fight we had. So for the good old healing build, you would go for Carapace heals target, and then you would also go for sustained Carapace, which then makes your symbiote Carapace. It makes your basically when you Carapace somebody, when you shield them, this will last much longer after you actually suspend the symbiote, because if you didn't see, when you press Q on somebody and then press E to give them the Carapace, you would and then when you press R to get out of that symbiote completely, they will just lose all the effects that you gave them. Whereas if you pick up sustained Carapace, this will persist after you actually disable your symbiote, which is quite awesome. So you would pick up this regenerative microbes. And that was the cheesy healing build, but they scaled this back. This used to heal for a lot more. You will pick up this and pick up this, and you basically just jump from a friendly to a friendly, and just give them, give them the symbiote, then with the Carapace, and just jump away into your next guy and heal them. So that was very cheesy, but then of course they scaled that back. So for this build, the particular one that we played today, we go for Survival Instinct on level 1. This will increase the duration and the health of your locust, which you spawn from your body, and all the other ones as well. Level 4, you pick up the Adrenal Overload, of course, but you can also go for like Ballist Spores, or the Sustained Carapace. That's another one pretty good, where you will be able to just sustain the shield through, after even after you disable the Carapace. Not the Carapace, but the symbiote. Symbiote host gains attack, of course, if you have an Abathur or a Thrall or any kind of like ranged basic attack hero, or even melee. Melee is actually better. Melee like basic attack hero, you always go for an overload just to support them a little bit more. especially like Artanis, Illidan, Thrall, Zeratul, stuff like that. We didn't have anybody like that. We had Lunara, and I tried to help her as much as I could, but I wasn't successful in that. Level 7, we picked up Needlespine. This is going to just help us secure kills, of course, on heroes, because it's going to deal because your stab when you're in symbiote will be able to deal more damage, but also it will also will make us able to clear out minion waves much faster, because you, of course, you deal more damage, so you can kill the minions in waves much faster. Level 10, you pick up the Evolve Monstrosity. Of course, if you have a good target for ultimate evolution like Nova, like Thrall, like Illidan, and stuff like that, of course you can go for that. But we didn't have anybody like that, so we went for Evolve Monstrosity, which will spawn this guy. I didn't actually explain too much. It is going to spawn this big-ass monsters thing that is going to gain 5 health and 5 basic attack damage, stacking up to 30 times, where a minion dies next to it. So it can actually grow quite fast and actually snowball quite nicely. And then after that, once you actually get to 30 stacks, it can actually deal some massive damage to the enemy heroes as well. And one really good thing, if you symbiote your monstrosity, you can control its movement. You can't pick up, you know, like any objectives or any globes or health globes or stuff like that, but you will be able to control it, you know, give it shield with your symbiote and also shoot from it. So it's very powerful, especially on a very big map like we just played. Of course, Cursed Hollow is another very good example. On level 13, we picked up the Bombard Strain, which gives the long-range siege attack that deals 70% more damage. That is crazy. It's crazy nice, because it allows your locusts to actually clear out minion waves much faster, and actually attack, you know, enemy structures from a range, instead of, you know, going in and attacking it, you know, just with their fists or whatever these things are. I don't know, like these things, like, I don't know, like paws. I don't know what the fuck that is. On level 16, we picked up Locust Brood, which will spawn 3 locusts at the location I specify. It has to be nearby, of course, so that's where like using your Z and really being aware on the map came really important. And on level 20, we picked up the Locust Nest, which I didn't actually show you guys that much. But what it does, it is going to spawn a nest, which is going to act exactly like your body. It is going to spawn a locust every so many seconds. So you can actually you know, put this in one lane and just move between the 2 lanes to, you know, to support them with locusts and with your monstrosity. You can do so many awesome things with Abathur, and he's such an awesome character. I actually did not finish my sentence when I was talking about the win rate of Abathur. Abathur has one of the lowest win rates right now on hot logs. Only Lunara is lower than him. He's an amazing character. Like, a lot of people play him competitively and stuff, but in quick match there's not a lot of people good playing him. So today I wanted to, you know, to make a video how you can play him, how you can apply these skills which I showed you guys to also your playstyle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, subscribed to my channel, and if you like this video, of course, you know, leave it a thumbs up. It also helps me out a lot, and actually helps you guys a lot, because I'm going to be making more videos if you leave like more likes and stuff like that. But without further ado, I'll just see you guys in the next video. Peace on the mother flippin' streets.